Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost! Peekaboo, I see you because this fan is so loud today. Clack, 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 clack. Now I forgot how to do my intro. That's okay, I need to move back anyway. I'm kind of like, I'm hopping out of the video. Okay, now we gotta start the intro all over again. Okay. Now, how do I start my intro on this channel? When you have 8 channels, can I tell you how many times I start a video, like on my review channel or one of my other channels, and I do the intro for this channel over there? It's much easier when I just say, hello, hello, hello. That's my vlog. Anyway, okay, let's start all over again. Hey, you guys. Hey, you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Or am I? Peace! Peekaboo. I see you because... Ouch. Damn it, Janet. Can't we have nice things? That landed right on my pinky knuckle. Why does that sound so dirty? Now I gotta start my intro over again because I don't remember where I was. Okay, peekaboo. I see... I can't start the... This is why we just need to get rid of the intro. Okay. No! You can't get rid of the intro. Hey, you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. We got to be very serious about this, okay? Hey, you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost! Peekaboo, I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Available Christmas 2025, the Christmas album. Dad, shimmy, shimmy. We're not doing the shimmies today, or I will have to start the intro all over again. Shimmy, shimmy, and rock on! Oh, that was not the song I was going to sing today. Well, it doesn't really matter. Rock on, gold dust woman. Peace. Hey, little thing, let me light your candle, because mama, I'm sure hard to handle now. Yes, I am. I stayed up way too late last night. Listen, Linda. I stayed up way too late last night because... For those of you that do not know, I have a TV channel. It's linked in the description box below. And it's called Peter Watches TV. And so I watch TV shows and I react to them. And I had finished Lazarus on Prime. And everybody was messaging me about this new show on Netflix. And it's called The Beast in Me with Claire Danes. And so I was like, oh, well, like, I'll check this out. And so I went into it. I was like, I like to go into shows when I don't really know a lot about it. And so I was like, everybody's asking me to watch this show. They're like, I want to know what you think about the show. Watch this show. If you watch this show. I was getting all these direct messages on Instagram because I have an Instagram hooked up to that TV channel, right? So anyway, I was like, okay, well, I'll just go into this. So it was getting really, really late. But I watched like the first episode and I was absolutely hooked. And I started the second episode and I stopped like halfway through. So if you're looking for a really great show to binge watch this weekend, I would really highly suggest Peter Vlogs. It's my vlog channel. I vlog every single day over there for like an hour to an hour and a half. Peter Vlogs. But if you don't want to watch Peter Vlogs or you're already caught up, then I would highly recommend Shetland on BritBox. Oh my god, it's like my favorite show of the year besides Happy Valley on BritBox. And if you don't want to watch Shetland, then I would probably recommend Happy Valley. And if you're not going to watch Happy Valley, then I would recommend The Beast in Me with Claire Danes. It's really good. It's totally binge-worthy. Like, I cannot wait to watch the rest of the thing tonight. I probably won't be able to finish it tonight. But anyway, how are you? Happy Saturday. So the last couple days, I have not been posting on this channel, and I haven't been posting on any of my channels except for my vlog channel. I do post over there every single day. I have not taken a day off from vlogging since, I was talking about this the other day actually on my vlog. I don't usually take a day off unless we have something that we're doing with our family and I just can't fit it in. I usually try to still fit it in earlier than that, or if we're coming back like traveling from somewhere. And so the last time that I didn't vlog was on our anniversary. We were coming back from Las Vegas. That was August 25th. So I have vlogged every single day. I think actually I've only taken like 4 days off this year from vlogging or something like that. So if you don't watch my vlog channel, I vlog over there every single day. So when people send me messages and they're like, where have you been? You haven't been posting. I'm like, you obviously don't watch my vlog channel. No, I know it's not for everybody. I just sit in a chair and I talk about my life. It's real exciting. But anyway, so I was getting messages from people and they're like, Peter, you haven't posted on any of your channels. I'm like, well, that's actually not true. I've been vlogging every day. But they're like, you haven't posted on any of your channels in like 2 or 3 days. Are you okay? Is everything going okay? And so I was like answering people, and I was like, yeah, I'm good, blah, 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 whatever. And I thought, okay, I just need to do an update video, because on top of that, I was getting a lot of people that were sending me different topics they wanted me to talk about. Exclusively, people were really wanting me to talk about this Colleen Ballinger interview that she did on Raven Simone's podcast. Okay, so we're going to get to that in just a second. A lot of people were asking me to cover that. A lot of people were also asking me to respond to Adam McIntyre's videos that he had done about that. So we're going to get to that in just a second. Also, the article that Beauty Christie was referring to in her video that she made, that she was like, a reporter reached out to me and things like that. That article came out, and so people had sent that article to me. It was by Kat Timbarge. Hey, Kat, how are you? So I had like read that article, and people were wanting me to respond to that. And I was kind of undecided if I was going to or not. So we'll talk about that in a second too. But the life update part, because that's the most exciting part of the video, right? The life, everybody's like, what's his life update? Well, I have been gone for a couple days. In all actuality, I was really thinking about maybe just like, you know, I have 8 channels, and I thought, well, maybe I'll just get rid of 7 of them, and I'll just vlog from now on. As if, I'm not going anywhere. As if, no. It is a lot less exciting than that. You know, there are those people out there that believe that, like, behind the scenes, I just, like, I sit in here and, you know, like, I don't know what they imagine, that I have, like, some dungeon in my basement where I have, like, 15 computer screens. Actually, I have a MacBook 2017 that's shitty and is going to break down any second. I talk about it on my vlog all the time how I need a new MacBook. I use iMovie to edit all my videos, which we know I don't, like, really edit my videos. And I use PicMonkey to make my thumbnails, okay? We're not super sophisticated over here in the house of Monn, okay? But apparently, the mastermind that I am, I sit in my dungeon in the basement with my 15 computer screens, and I just decide how I'm gonna, like, take down the world and demand things from people. Apparently, that's what I'm doing, okay? So anyway, if that were true, I would probably let you guys see the basement. That's not finished. That's like a little joke for the vlogs. The vlog people over there that watch the vlogaritos, hey vlogaritos, because we know that the basement's not finished. Now, my life is not that exciting, okay? My life is a lot less exciting than that. So anyway, I wish I could tell you that, like, you know, I had traveled or no. That was not the actuality. The actuality is that we had to have our patio door replaced. Okay, so that started, like, I think 2 weeks ago yesterday. Was it 2 weeks ago yesterday or a week ago yesterday? I think it was a week ago yesterday. They were coming out here to put in the new patio door. And then they found out it was all this issues. We had to have a contractor come out here. And then they found out that there was, like, water getting in from the old patio door, because the old patio door was from 1980 when the condo was built. Okay. And so we had to, like, have this contractor come out here, and he and his son were out here for the last 2 days. They were fantastic. But it was really loud all day long. And so I was like, okay, I can't, that's what I was going to say. That I was just going to get rid of all my channels except for my vlog. No, I'm not doing that. I love my channels too much. But anyway, so it's been too loud the last 2 days, okay? And then this week, they're coming back on Monday to finish the drywall, but he said he'll be done by noon. So I will be filming on Monday, and then the patio door is coming out this week, and they're putting the patio door in. So it's really not that exciting, okay? It's called Bean 50 in Indiana is what it's called, okay? It's really not that exciting. I wish I had a more exciting story to tell about why I've been gone, but no. And they were like, you won't bother us if you're filming. I'm like, okay, you're literally sawing down there. I can't film. So I did film my vlog every day. I would, like, when they went to lunch, I would film my vlog on the front porch. But I started getting messages from people, and I was like, okay, I need to do some kind of, like, update this weekend or whatever. And so I was like, I'm going to come on here and give a little update of what's been going on, and then I will talk about the topics I'm going to talk about, because a lot of people are, like, flooding my DMs, and thank you for that. Thank you for asking me to talk about specific things. Asking me if I'm going to talk about this, and asking me if I'm going to talk about that. So I just wanted to kind of give you a little update of what's going on. We're completely fine. Nothing's going on over here. We're just getting a patio door fixed. I wish that we lived in some 5,000 square foot mansion that I could work at one end, or, you know, I had a studio or something like that, okay? I have a bedroom and a front porch. And so if they're working on the patio door, it's just, the place is not big enough for all that. That's just how it goes. So anyway, so that's what, this weekend actually, or the last 2 days, I've been doing a lot of research is what I've been doing. delving into deep research while I was sitting in my dungeon with my 15 computer screens trying to take down all the influencers of the world. Yeah, the research that I was doing was, if you didn't know, I have a cozy mystery book club on my Booktube channel. No, I do. I'll link the channel below. It's Peter Likes Books. It's actually the first channel that I ever posted on consistently. But 2 months ago, I started a cozy mystery book club. So the first set of books was the Thursday Murder Club books. And so I'm on the fourth one right now. So I've been listening to that. I've been taking lots of walks. I've been walking for like 2 hours. It's been like fantastic, okay? But then I've also been catching up on a lot of my shows. And I'm also reading the Thanksgiving Advent Calendar book for this month where you read a chapter a day. I've been really into my Kindle. So I've been reading a lot. Plus, I've been watching a lot of Lifetime movies. Last night, I went back because I started the Heaven series with V.C. Andrews. Okay, you know about Heaven, Lee Castile. I read the books when I was in high school. So last night, I watched Dark Angel. I'm having so much fun. So I have a movie channel. If you didn't know. If you're just like, if you're like you haven't been around for a while, I got a TV channel. I got a food review channel. I got a movie review channel. It's called Peter's Movie Reviews. It's all linked in the description box below. Anyway, I've been doing a lot of Lifetime movies over there. Basically, my movie reviews are not real serious. They're not like, so this, what was called Dark Angel. Dark Angel came out in 2022 It's not like that. It's like, so my best friend Tanya Jean, she likes when I tell her a movie. And what that means is, like, we get together and she'll be like, tell me a movie. And I'll be like, okay. So I watched this movie last night and it's called Dark Angel. And it's about Heaven Lee Castile. And like, all of her brothers and sisters are put in, like, different homes and things like that. And then she goes and finds her grandparents, but her grandfather is really Jason Priestley from 90210. But he's, like, too young. And then she goes and lives there, but, like, her grandma, who's really the mom, it's Blake Lively's mom from Gossip Girl. Like, she's real mean, and she just drinks martinis all the time. So that's kind of what my Lifetime reviews are like. They're so fun. I have so much fun over there. But anyway, that's what I've been really working on the last couple days when I've been trying to take down the world. Is I've been taking walks, listening to the Thursday Murder Club. Also, another part of my takedown to take down the influencer world is that I'm doing a Christmas read-along with my friend Nikki. We've got like 6 or 7 Advent Calendar books right now. Like 2 are romances and the other 4 or 5 are thrillers that we're going to read. And then we're each picking a thriller to read. So if you want to participate in the Christmas thriller kind of romance read-along, that's over my Booktube channel too. I'll be announcing that sometime next week. Anyway, so much fun. So many things going on. But that's the deep research that I've been doing. So no, I haven't really been doing a whole lot. I've just been kind of sitting around here. I like wander in the kitchen and I'm like, talk to the contractors and stuff like that. They're real nice. One of them was like, oh my God, I shared this in my vlog. And they're like, could you please put them on there? The one guy, so they were doing the patio at my neighbor Laura's house last week. And so they were like, they do a lot of stuff in the neighborhood. And the one guy, he was like, so your neighbor told me that you're like a podcaster. I'm like, well, I make YouTube videos. And he's like, do you interview people? And I go, sometimes, but it's been a long time. He goes, I have lots of stories. He was like, could you interview me? He's like, a camera loves me. I'm like, okay. And then I said it in my vlog and people are like, no, interview him. That would be such a great interview. And now I'm kind of thinking about it because I'm like, this would be absolutely hilarious if I just like interviewed random people. And I would put it on this channel because this channel confuses the shit out of everybody. I know. People are like, is this a Sister Wives channel? What's going on over here? So anyway, that's my life update. It's actually been a really nice couple of days, you know, because I've just like read books and listened to books, and I'm actually reading like 4 books in my Kindle, 8 physical copy books, and I'm listening to an audiobook. So it's a lot of books, a lot of TV shows, and a lot of walks. It's been really nice. But anyway, how are you? Are you guys doing good? I missed you. I missed you over here. Okay, let's get into the videos that are coming this upcoming week, okay, and what people want me to talk about. So first of all, I want to talk about the Colleen Ballinger interview on the I think it's Raven-Symoné and her wife or something have some podcast together. So anyway, I don't know anything about that podcast. I've never watched that podcast before, I'll be honest with you. I didn't know that Raven-Symoné had a podcast until Colleen Ballinger was on it. So I guess we can thank Colleen Ballinger for introducing the world to Raven-Symoné's podcast. I'm not really sure. My initial thoughts, okay, so going into this, let me just tell you. This is what I know so far. I've seen the clips that they have put up on their Instagram, because I saw that Adam McIntyre had posted it on his Instagram story. So I went over and I looked to see, like, what's this interview about? And they posted, like, a trailer to it. I've seen that, okay, where she kind of it's very, like, jump cutty and stuff like that. So I saw that. I went to the podcast, or the interview, when it came up, and I was just like reading the description of it, and I read a lot of the comments. I did notice in the comments that they're saying that they changed the title of the interview. That originally the interview was called something like Finally an Apology or something like that, or she addresses an apology, and then they changed it to what it is. I have all that screenshot, so I'll be addressing it when I do my video. Adam McIntyre, the night that they announced that they were doing the interview with her, that it was coming out the next day, he did a response to that, and I did watch that video. I have not watched his second video because I really want to watch the interview and then watch Adam, and I think it's him watching the interview, reacting to it, because it's like an hour long. I really want to watch the interview on my own to get my own kind of take from it. Like, I typically try not to watch a lot of other, like, commentary on a subject until I'm kind of done, like, covering it first, or I have my own thoughts in my head. And because this so specifically is directed to Adam, I think most people know that I have completely sided with Adam in this whole thing. Obviously, I feel like we all should. I don't know why that's a no-brainer with Colleen Ballinger. So anyway, I don't want my thoughts skewed, okay? One of the things I will say is when I was watching Adam's initial video, like, he gets very heated in it and things like that, and he's like, I don't remember his exact words, but basically, like, he can't believe that she's doing this again. Like, that she's doing this interview, and people are saying she rewrote the narrative. Now, I saw the second trailer that they put out for it, and I think that they're trying to do damage control. I think Raven-Symoné and this podcast are trying to do damage control. They've changed the title of the thing. The second trailer they put out was, like, all these clips. Like I said, I have not watched the podcast yet because I didn't want to watch it until I knew I could make the video the very next day and all the thoughts would be in my head. I started watching it and I was like, no, I don't want to watch, because it's like an hour and, I don't know, something, hour and 5 minutes, hour and 4 minutes. I didn't want to watch it until it's going to be like fresh in my head the next day. So I'll be watching it tomorrow night after Sister Wives, because you know, Sister Wives is on Sunday. I do all my coverage on my TV channel on Monday. So I'll watch it after that and then I'll cover it on Monday. And I'll watch Adam's video as well. But I think, like, Adam was saying things like F you, Colleen, like, for doing this again and whatever. And while I completely agree with Adam on that, right? I think, like, in the last 2 years, and like I said, I haven't seen the podcast yet. In the last 2 years, what we've witnessed from Colleen Ballinger and the way that she's behaved and her lack of refusal to address it, number one for me, sitting back, okay, and watching all this go down, and with maybe a little bit of life experience, I think it's interesting that she's choosing to come out now. These are my questions before going into the podcast. And I always have a lot of questions before I watch somebody's video or their interview or whatever. Here are my questions. Why now? Okay? Why 2 years later? Like, is it because your views are just tanking so bad? Like, somebody commented on the Instagram post that they posted on their podcast and said that you can tell how heavily she is deleting and editing comments on her own videos, because every comment on the post, on the trailer for it, was absolutely negative. It was like, F Colleen, F Colleen, F Colleen. And then on her own videos, it's just all singing her praises. So what they were saying was that Colleen lives in this world of delusion where she just deletes and blocks anybody that has anything negative to say to her, because she only has glowing comments on her videos. Her views are so bad for her channel, and I think for her life, I think this is the thing, right? Like, talking about, like, my very small life. I mean, Colleen's views for me would be great, like, but I don't have the lifestyle that she has, and I think they're downsizing and moving houses and things like that, but she also has several kids. She's got a husband that doesn't seem to work a whole lot. I have to believe that his career was affected by this as well. So it's like, I'm sure she saved a lot of money. She wrote books, she toured, she's probably got a lot of money saved that she doesn't have to work for 5 or 10 years probably. But she's also rather young. I mean, she's going to have to think about, like, when she's like 20 years younger than me, you know? So she's going to have to think about, okay, well, when I am in my 50s, like, what am I going to do if I can't repair my career? So, I mean, do a tell-all? I don't know. So my question would be, and maybe they address this in the podcast, is why now, okay? But the other thing I think, like, when I was watching Adam's video, it made me so sad for Adam. Like, I felt so bad, and he's talking about Becky and Oliver in there as well. And immediately when I saw this come out, and I saw that Becky had posted something about, I can't remember how she said it, but something like she just wished that she had lived offline so she didn't have to see this stuff, that Colleen had made this video. And, you know, Adam addressed it in the video and was like, you know, I'm like an internet person, so of course I'm going to see this stuff, but like for Becky and Oliver and everybody else, it's like why continue to bring it up? And I agree with that. It's like, and you know, this is where if Colleen really felt bad about what she did, if Colleen really had any kind of empathy or sympathy for the victims of what she did, if she even felt like, I didn't do anything wrong, but I feel bad that my fans were affected by it, she wouldn't want to, if she really cared about her fan base the way that she does, and even a small segment, but let's be honest, it was a very large segment of her fan base, she felt was affected by it, she wouldn't want to hurt them further, okay? And her coming out and doing another interview to clear her name is going to hurt them further. It's going to bring up old wounds. Right? And so, for me, miss me with that shit, Colleen, okay? This is a selfish move. This is a selfish move in defense of yourself, to defend yourself. You do not care about Adam. You do not care about Becky. You do not care about Oliver. You don't care about anybody else that was hurt by your behavior, okay? Let alone, unless they were anybody that was financially affected by you, for example, your family, okay? So how you can, I watched the clips where she's talking about being a mother and whatever, but you didn't care about anybody else's kids. You still don't. Because I think anybody that was asked to do interviews would say, I have been asked to do interviews about things, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to talk about that. Like, I'm just not going to, you know? And so why you're willing to bring pain to somebody, I don't understand, like, at the need to clear your own name. But like I said, I haven't seen the interview yet, so I don't know. I'm not really sure why we need to be platforming Colleen Ballinger. I think it's an interesting choice. I think out of anybody, I mean, this to me is very much like, this is a view grabber. Like, especially when you're talking about people within the LGBTQI plus community, and Colleen Ballinger has directly hurt people within that community, and then you're platforming that person. I did see clips where Raven, you know, is very, like, direct with her, but you're still giving her a platform. Like, and for me, you're bringing people to the story of Colleen. I saw people in the comment sections of the podcast that were like, Colleen who? I've never heard of this person before. So you're introducing people to Colleen, okay? And giving them an opportunity to get to know her without knowing the victims and their stories, without introducing them to their story as well. And I don't know that I think that that's needed. I don't know why we need to do this, you know? Like, I was thinking about it when I watched it. Let's just say if I wasn't a smaller commentary channel, you know, when I was bigger and I had the opportunity to reach out to Colleen and she was willing to do an interview, I don't think I would. I think, like, you had 2 years to say what you had to say. Like, I don't know, like, that I need to do an interview. I don't really care, to be honest with you. Like, I'm going to watch the interview to cover it because so many people, want to know what I have to say about it. But this is my message to Colleen Ballinger. After 2 years, no apologies. And people are like, if she apologizes, she'll face legal problems. Bullshit. That is a stupid response. Okay? I'm sorry. I have beat around the bush about this for 2 years. When people say that, I'm like, oh, I see the truth. It's stupid. Okay? I've asked attorneys about that. If she got in a video and said, I apologize to Adam McIntyre, I apologize to Becky, I apologize to Oliver, okay? I'm sorry. A court of law is going to say, for what? They're not going to sue her for that, okay? And Adam and Becky and Oliver and the other victims have made it very clear they don't have the money, nor do they have the time or want to spend their lives suing Colleen Ballinger, okay? If that were the case, she'd still have attorneys with her. So that excuse is bullshit, okay? That she won't apologize to them. She could say, later they could put her in a stand and she'd say, well, I was apologizing for them ever being fans in the first place. She could make something up, okay? Like, that's not going to stand. No, she's not going to get in a video and apologize for, I'm sorry that I did this and I said these things. She's not going to do that, but she can't give a blanket apology. She doesn't even come close to that. She doesn't even come close to that. And I don't know, like I said, maybe she'll do it in the interview. But you've had 2 years to do this, okay? Colleen, you've had 2 years to apologize to these people. And you haven't done that yet? Okay, so now this is your time to do it. And you want us to listen to you? Honey, I got better things to listen to, okay? Listen, I got Donna Summer albums from 1980 that I would rather listen to than this, okay? So I will listen to it to react to it because I am kind of interested in what I had to say, but you had 2 years, okay? And listen, when people want to say, well, she's had to put together thoughts and she's had to do this and blah, 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 whatever, and for 2 years her victims had to sit out there while everybody had a lot of shit to say about them, okay? That Adam McIntyre's mother was a horrible mother and that she shouldn't have put her kid in this position. How dare you ever mother shame somebody like that? When Colleen Ballinger is a mother too, and she was treating somebody else's kids this way, sexualizing other people's kids, you know, saying horrible things about Becky and Oliver, death threats to these kids. They were kids at this time. Like, come on, you know? You had 2 years, okay? I understand that maybe you needed the time to process it and all that kind of stuff, but then maybe instead on your vlogs, you could have been saying, this week in therapy, I've been processing things that are wrongs in my past, instead of looking at fucking rocks. Then maybe we would have been with you for a little bit of your journey, but for you to step onto a podcast 2 years later and want to do this interview, okay, which to me, it doesn't even make any sense. I don't know. Miss me with that shit. Like I said, I'll listen to it, but I hope you blow me away with some world life defining answers, because to put your victims through this all over again, I want to share something with you guys, okay? Because this was mind blowing when I heard about this, and I know that this is completely different. I'm not using it as an exact comparison. So please, when I say this, don't people compare it to, like, you're saying Colleen Ballinger's. No, I'm not saying this. For those of you that are not aware of the Ken and Barbie murders that happened in Canada, okay? They would take videotapes of their victims that they killed. One of the victims, when I was watching the documentary, okay, they had videotaped the suffering of this woman before they killed her. After they were convicted, okay, the mother petitioned for the court to destroy the videotape, because every time that the videotape was shown in court, every time that police officers who had never heard of the case or never seen, well, they had heard of the case because it was probably the biggest case in Canada, but had never seen the videotape before, and they re-showed it again, she felt like her daughter, even though her daughter was dead, was being re-abused, okay? The court agreed with her and destroyed the videotape so that the abusive nature of her daughter and how she was treated and before she was murdered and how she was murdered would never have to be witnessed again, and that the memory of that could go away. So it's up to Colleen Ballinger. I don't understand why Raven decided to interview Colleen Ballinger and maybe not the victims. That's the question I want to know. Why are we more concerned about always the perpetrator than the victims in situations like that? So, I don't know. I want to see what this interview has to say. But for me, looking into it, I'm like, this is a view grabber to me, okay? Because you know everybody's going to be watching this. But I have to think that Colleen's been offered interviews in the past and turned them down. So why this interview? This is just weird to me. But like I said, I'll watch it tomorrow. If you guys have specific things that you want me to respond to in the podcast or that Adam said, put it in the comment section below, and I will read that and I will look at it. So that's the first thing. The other video that I'm going to be making this week is, people have been sending me about the return of Gabby Hannah and that she has a new song out and all this kind of stuff. You do, girl. Talking about apologies that people need to make. I mean, heartfelt apologies. You got an apology in that song? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I like to kind of hear that, you know, like, what's going on? Gabby Hannah got married, okay? Like, so, congratulations to you, Gabby Hannah. You know, I wish her the best on making an appropriate apology to people. But no, I do. I wish her the best on making an appropriate apology to people. But I will be covering that this week. I'll be listening to her song and I'll be doing a live reaction to her song. Now, before I get into my final topic, I'm going to stop this because we're about 2 minutes out from the camera stopping. Hold. I forgot to do my pose in there. Okay. The camera stops at the 30-minute mark. All right. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. A lot of people have been reaching out to me and wanting me to do, like, Raw Beauty Christie updates and what I think about Raw Beauty Christie and blah, blah, blah. Okay. Now, if you watched her video that she did, I don't even know what the video is called, but something like finally addressing these things, blah, 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 whatever, okay? It's like her third video. In that video, she talked about how she lost sponsorships, paid promotions. Her last 2 videos were sponsorships. So I don't really know how she lost a lot of sponsorships when her last 2 videos were sponsorships. Girl, you're getting more sponsorships than me. I haven't done a sponsorship in almost a year or so. But her last 2 videos are sponsorships. By the way, Kristi, just an FYI, because somebody sent me it, and I looked. In your video at the top of it, your last video, it says that it's sponsored. You did it appropriately. But at the very bottom, you forgot to edit your FTC disclosure where it says this video is not sponsored. So just want to make that clear for you. You might want to clean that up. That's where I'm trying to help people out there. So Kristi, just want to make that clear for you. But I did read the article that Kat Timbarge wrote, and the article is very much kind of like discussing YouTubers. I was kind of surprised, honestly. It talks about Jeffree Star And it's talking about how YouTubers kind of like change over time, okay? From political beliefs to core beliefs to philosophies and things like that. It talks about Jeffree Star at the beginning of it, and then it kind of goes in. I was kind of surprised, to be honest with you, how much it talks about Kristi, Raw Beauty Christie. Kristi was really, really upset in the video originally, when I watched the original video, about this article's coming out, and now this article's coming out, and she didn't respond. They even say that they reached out to her and she didn't, like, she wouldn't respond to it or whatever. I didn't think that, I don't know why this article, Kristi, I don't know why you got so upset about this article. I know she's not watching this video. She said she don't watch no videos about her. What's interesting to me is if you don't watch videos about you, I don't know how you know to respond to things that people say in videos that are made about you. Because you directly respond to comments that are made about you in videos about you. But you say you don't watch videos. Girl, I hope you don't. I wish you the most peace of mind, okay? But I did read this article because I kind of wanted to see what it said. I thought, if this is the article that got her so heated. It talks about speculation about, I mean, listen. I read a Cat 10 Barge article in my time or two, okay? Girl can go in, baby. She can go in. Listen, she can go in like Family Feud. She can, okay? Cat 10 Barge knows how to do her stuff. So I was like, oh, when I saw somebody send it to me, and I was like, oh, it's by Cat 10 Barge. She's going to go in. Like, she doesn't, though. Cat was very fair to her, okay? And I read this article, and I was like, oh, this is just like, it's just kind of explaining what people think about Raw Beauty Christie through the years. It's like this alt pipeline, crunchy stuff. It doesn't really even talk a lot about, it doesn't really talk about the James, it doesn't talk about any of the stuff, the scandals, really. It just is kind of talking about, so I don't know why this article, I don't know if she thought this article was going to be something that it wasn't. I don't know what she was worried. I don't know about what she was, I don't know. Maybe Kristi got some legal on, I don't know. I don't think she did. But I didn't think the article was that bad. Girl, you might have waited for the article to get out before you lost it. But people keep on asking me to make all these Raw Beauty Christie videos and things like that. And listen, I said, you know, unless Kristi comes out and says something, you know, out of pocket or something that I need to address, I don't really feel like I have a whole lot to say right now about Raw Beauty Christie. I just don't. And quite frankly, you know, there's people out there that I could, you know, care less about, make videos about, like Meghan Markle, but I heard people get canceled over making stuff about her, and I'm just really not that interested in Meghan Markle or Raw Beauty Christie at this point. I wish them both the best, okay? Kristi, I wish you the best. I do, okay? I wish you and some of your close friends just the best of life. I do, girl. No, I seriously do. I've said what I had to say about Kristi. You know, I see these videos go up, in all honesty. The thing that is the most surprising to me is that I see these videos come up all the time, right? I made videos about her, so it's going to be in my suggested box. And these videos have 200,000 views, okay? 150,000 views, 60,000 views. People have done deep dives on the Raw Beauty Christie. I got in a video and talked about a fucking telephone call. I mean, like, let's just be for real, right? And somehow I am the worst man on the internet. Girl, listen, I don't know, but you took us a little too seriously, okay? So, Kristi, I'm just going to have to say, okay? It's not you, it's me, and I think that we should just be friends. No, we're breaking up. No, we are. Kristi, I wish you the best, okay? It's not you, it's me. And, no, until further, you know, listen, I wish Kristi the best, okay? And I'm disappointed by a lot of things, but, you know, it all starts and begins with the fact that I really enjoyed Kristi's content, okay? I loved what she did. You know, I made jokes about it, but I love her gnome house in the woods. Oh my God, I'd move there tomorrow. I told her that on the phone. I think it's beautiful. I think her farm is beautiful. I do, okay? I think she has a beautiful life. I wish for her that she could stop getting so obsessed with the outside stuff. Live your life. Live your truth. Some people are going to love it. Some people aren't, okay? And you got to just do you. I wish her all the best. I have no intention of I'm not covering the article. I have no intention of, I mean, I told you my thoughts on it, but I'm not going to do a deep dive on the article. I have no point, at this point, I'm just addressing this video because so many people have reached out to me and asked me to do Raw Beauty Christie stuff. Going forward, unless she would do, I'm not going to, you know, pick her apart. I'm not going to look at every video. I mean, I look at her videos from time to time, like I said, to see what she's doing, but unless she does something that like people are sending to me and they want me to address, which she doesn't really do a lot of that anyway, I have no intention at this point going further on making any more Raw Beauty Christie videos. I'm not saying that I won't. If something big comes up, of course I will. But at this point, like, no, I'm not going to pick her apart. I wish her the best. And I will tell you this. I think that one of the things we don't talk about on YouTube is the fear that goes along with, like, who's going to drop a video, who's going to make, whatever. Kristi, you don't have to worry about it for me, okay? If you do something so messed up that the whole internet's talking about it, I will probably make a video. But other than that, I ain't making a video called Raw Beauty Christie 3-month update. I'm not doing any of that, okay? I'm done. We're good. I wish you the best. Truly. I wish you the best. I really do. So I will be back on Monday, and I will be making all these videos, minus the Raw Beauty Christie video. I have what I have to say about that. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you have any other video topics you'd like me to make, put it in the comment section below too. I love you guys, and I will see you on Monday. Bye.